Awesome. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Slingers. I'm here with Nick Welch.
How we doing? Man, dude, that music is awesome. I was like busting
Right.
a move over here.
Yeah, that's a great
I got
track.
kicked out the club, man.
Yeah, I love that music. And Rex Bean is with us today.
How's it going?
Yes, sir. Rex is
Awesome.
my second.
Yeah, to shout out to John Parfit, who's the musician who allowed me to use his music.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that something I can find on like
on Spotify?
Or
yeah, I believe his name is Bright Lights on there. So look up Bright Lights and you'll find his music.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah, he's got like 3 albums on there. He's not making music anymore, which is sad, but
what?
Yeah. He's a really cool guy.
You know, not to go completely off track right off the bat, but I got thinking about a guy the other day. I went to a show, I think it was Wizard World in Philly, and this was, I don't know, 20 years ago. And he had drawn an issue of a comic, and it was like it was nuts, man. It was amazing. And he was like, yeah, well, I'm not really going to draw comics because I'm playing cello in a band. And he was legit, really, really good.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, I just got thinking about him the other day and I was like, man, whatever happened to that guy? I can't remember his name, but
right.
Blew my mind.
So that situation makes me mad. But the only thing that makes me a little bit more mad is when they say, oh, yeah, I'm not really doing comics anymore because I'm playing cello. And you hear them play cello and they're incredible at that too. And you're like, no, that's not fair.
Yeah.
You can't be good at all the things.
Yeah, I don't know. He could be, he could be in the symphony orchestra. And
the next Yo-Yo Ma.
Yeah. It's like Bo Jackson playing football and baseball and playing the cello. Right.
Or the other one that I think of is Jack Johnson. So musician, but you read about him and he's like, well, I was a professional surfer and then I decided I'd start making movies. And he made a bunch of famous surfing documentaries. And he's like, well, I figured I'd give music a try. And you're like, oh, this guy is it's
just a hobby.
Yeah. It's just something you're doing on the side.
Right.
We're trying to find your real passion. Ridiculous.
It is. Now this guy does a show with his brother, like a podcast with 2 of his brothers. It's called Belief Hole, and it's all supernatural, paranormal kind of stuff. What? And he does sound design for Small Town Monsters, which is a small production company that does documentaries on horror stuff.
Cool.
So that's why he's not doing music anymore. But it is sad because he's great at it.
Yeah. That's cool though.
Cool. But anyways, we are here to talk about you,
yes.
Nick. Yes, let's talk about Nick, your favorite subject, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm my favorite person.
Yes, that's awesome. That's healthy. Maybe. Especially as an artist.
Yes.
So again, this is Word Slingers. So we really focus on writing here. So tell me about your writing process. How do you approach writing?
Well, I am definitely I'm not really a planner. What is it? Planner and pantser?
So you're a pantser.
I guess. Yeah, I don't know. But I actually really like writing prose stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And there's actually going to be a backup story in this comic, a Samurex story, where you can kind of get in his head a little bit more because it's written in prose. I really like crafting words and stuff. But to answer the question, what is my writing process? And I don't know how to answer that other than I just throw a lot of stuff and see what sticks. I write a lot of notes and stuff, and then everything just kind of starts to come together in my head. And talking specifically about Samurex, a lot of it is image centric too. So I have a general idea what the story is going to be, and then I just start making art, and I draw stuff I want to draw, and hopefully it's cool, and then everything just kind of slowly starts to come together.
Okay.
Yeah, so can you connect the dots if you got something almost storyboarded, hey, this is a scene I want, this is another scene I want, here's the general flow, and here's how I'm going to get from point A to point B, right?
Yeah, a little bit. And I mean, even to the case where a couple of the pages that I'm not done yet with this book are ones that are going to go in the middle. I just suddenly was I need to do this here,
Right.
and slip that in. So yeah, with the comic book stuff, it's very kind of unplanned more because I really like to go by the visuals. Although, like I say, like I really have a lot of it worked out in my head,
Right.
and like I'll put down like a little bit of an outline and stuff, but it's very, very organic.
So tell me about that, though. Tell me about your outline. What does that look like? Like what?
Well, I mean, just real simple, just kind of like scenes or whatever, and then kind of like some of that, like I'll put notes down and move that stuff around a little bit as far as like even where I want to see things happen. Like I know the next issue like it's gonna be like a snow forest scene,
Nice.
like because I have this vision in my head of what
Right.
that's gonna look like, and I'm super excited about it. But then that just works with the rest of the overall idea. But then I also too like I get like lots of times when I'm out places, I'll see things or I'll hear conversations, and that inspires dialogue. So like the scenes dialogue is kind of like in chunks in notes in my phone. So
Well, cool. Yeah, like I'm always interested in how artists handle it because I feel like because you can visualize it, you don't necessarily have to write it down.
yeah,
Like because it lives upstairs, right?
yeah.
And so you're just letting that out some way somehow. But I didn't know if you had like a skeleton script, just like a loose story structure that you're like, the hero does this at this point, and here's the climax.
Yeah, I mean, so a little bit, although a lot of that is in my head as far as how it all connects together because it's all broken down in my notes folders. But I've been working on this for so long that it wasn't like sitting down and writing the whatever. Like I started out making something and just kind of drawing images, and then like it kind of the story filled out both directions from the middle.
That's cool.
So the next issue I do is going to be a lot more planned than this
Yeah.
one was, but also hopefully it's not going to take me 3 years to complete. So
Yeah, no, hopefully not. I think that's been one of the biggest, what you would call it, Achilles heel of independent comic books is the long wait times for the following issues.
yeah. And one of my biggest struggles too was deciding what I wanted it to be.
Yeah,
Like that's really, too many inspirations, and I just trying to decide what I wanted the character to be, what I wanted the universe itself to be. The very early version was like one planet that was like complete city, but then that eventually evolved to like a whole sort of space-faring futuristic galaxy.
nice.
So then you start building, drawing spaceships and stuff, and things change.
Right.
It seems like that's a double-edged sword too. You've got the ability, you can do whatever you want. Like there are this space that you're in, like because it's not constrained by like historical events or even specific technology, like you can be as creative as you want, which is awesome. But at the same time, building constraints around that, is probably a challenge.
Yeah, well, and I mean, so by day I am a graphic designer and digital illustrator. Essentially, I'm an art director for a promo and marketing company. So I mean, I've been doing this for 20 years, and one of the best things is having constraints on a project.
Right.
Like when somebody's like, "Do whatever you want," like that's the worst.
It's the worst. It's the
Yeah.
worst.
So when when your boss is yourself and you're making your own thing and you're like, "Do whatever you want," that just is hard to choose.
It is. Yeah, it can freeze you up because you don't know what direction to go.
Yeah, and I've definitely you know, and kind of messing with it, and I think it's going to be this thing, and then I changed my mind, and so I'm super excited that this is happening, and in you know, like I know who this character is now, and so like there's so many stories I can think of to tell.
That's awesome.
That I'm super excited about.
So how far ahead are you looking? Like how many issues do you have planned out?
Oh, I don't.
No.
I mean, in my head, I have a lot of ideas for where all of this is going, but I don't necessarily have. I mean, I know Pete over at Alterna with his King Cryptid. He's got I don't know 100 issues planned out. Like
I've got issues for the next 15
I'm not
years.
there.
Yeah.
But I definitely know. I know a couple of the stories that are going to come next, and I just haven't kind of decided how that in what order they're going to play out in necessarily.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot there to be explored. So
awesome. So what's your artistic process like? How long does it take for you to draw a page?
Well, it doesn't take me nearly as long now as it did originally. I've really been kind of figuring out, again, I've been figuring out what I want it to look like, and what I want my stuff to look like. A big help, I think, was, so he's not around as much online anymore, but I was really involved in Jason Brubaker's community. When he was doing a lot and streaming like every day when he was making his Slithra books. And I did some lettering work for him and made some fonts for him. And, so I was kind of absorbing a lot of what he was doing, and it inspired me a lot. And then when I started coloring Red Koi, I mean, that really sharpened that part of my skill set. Like I really started to figure out just the process of how I was going to color a page, and starting to figure out just colors and stuff. Like everybody, I mean, I obviously have been asked a number of times in different streams about, what my coloring process is, and it's hard to describe. Like a lot of it, I'm just adjusting until it's right kind of thing. And but I definitely gravitate towards these like bright colors. I mean, this whole thing is like, I keep saying it's neon lit. Like it's all like, like neon blue and magenta. And I've discovered that apparently my favorite color is purple, at least if you base the comic books I color.
Right.
Because for some reason,
it's not a bad choice.
I don't know. I color everything purple. I want to make everybody's hair purple. I don't know why that is.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it's an interesting. Sorry, Rex.
No, you're good. It's like something between like, it's very futuristic, and it's very like countercultural. Like think about like the people you've met in your life that have purple hair. Like that is like quintessential counterculture, but at the same time, it's very cool. Like it's not radical for radical's sake. It's like, it's just a cool. I can't get over the Samurex color scheme in general. I just love it.
Yeah, no, I mean a lot of it is, just if you're in a nightclub, like your hair might be brown on the street in the day, but it's purple in a nightclub.
Right.
Like, like everything I make is like everybody's in a nightclub. Like I don't know, I don't go to nightclubs. But for some reason that's the lighting I groove on, I guess.
It's that hidden desire coming out in your artwork.
Yeah,
right. You desire to be in a nightclub. That's right. Well, that's awesome, man. No, props in your coloring, dude. You've got mad skills in coloring. I love your work. You're one of my favorite colorists in indie comics.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
It does not go to my head, though. Believe me, I am my worst critic. So,
no, Samurex looks great. The textures you got on there, it looks amazing.
Thanks. Yeah. No, and that's my man. I love textures. I've always loved textures. I do a lot of by day when I do graphic design stuff. Like anytime I can do like a distressed or a grungy thing, like I've got a file full of like dirty vector brush strokes and textures and yeah. So that's my jam.
Yeah, what really stands out to me is like not a lot of colorists do this, but they'll you tend to blend different colors within one. Like I can see like multiple colors within like a background, for example, or something.
Yeah.
Where other people might see, oh, that's just the color purple, but really I'm seeing different tones of reds and blues, different shades mixed in together.
Yeah. And I love that stuff. I mean, in that, you know, people say it's watercolory. I mean, yeah, definitely just that blend and the yeah.
Yeah, that's something that Dave Stewart does a lot in his artwork for like Hellboy.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people say, well, it's just flats, but no, if you really pay attention, really look, really zoom into it, you'll see the different tones in there.
Yeah. Like you can, I mean, and that's one of those things, yeah, where it looks so simple. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I've tried to emulate it and
it's hard.
Miserably.
Same here, man. Like I've tried and it's just like I can't do that.
But I mean that's art and graphic design and stuff anyways. Like lots of times the simpler and easier it looks, the harder it is to accomplish.
Yeah.
So
it's like watching Kobe Bryant make a layup. You're like, oh, I can do that.
Yeah.
And then
no, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks so easy.
Looks so easy.
And I apologize. I'm not crying here, but I am kind of crying because allergies are like bonkers.
Yeah.
Where I am. So I'm like snorting and eyes running, and I apologize for that. So
I hide my face, Nick. Besides, you know, the ugliness, it's the allergies too, you know.
No, we just don't want anybody to fall in love with you and stop you home.
All right, well, let's look at your campaign here.
Yes, sir.
So how much fun did you have setting this up on Indiegogo?
Oh my gosh, that is like a full-time freaking job, dude.
Right?
And you know, I mean, I'm new to my own campaign, but I'm not foreign to comic book campaigns, but I had no idea, man. I did not. Everybody out there, if you've ever set up your own campaign, holy crap, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of work.
It really is. Let's see what we got here. You said you added some pages on here?
I did. You need to.
Are they up at the top?
Yeah, they are.
They're
on there.
Pages of content. Yeah, right up. You mean the ones right up?
Right in here, you mean?
No.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought you meant.
There's a page below. Hit F5. I don't know. I totally have a page. I can share my screen. I totally inserted a couple of pages. I've got pages below the Samurex Bounty Hunter paragraph.
Let me refresh this. Maybe.
I mean, I did it like right before we started, so
okay,
that could be.
Yeah, it could be it then.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
Nice.
So yeah, unlettered pages. But
I'm showing you how to zoom in. I'm totally a boomer when it comes to this stuff.
Oh, you and me both, bro.
All right. There we go.
Sweet.
Yeah, this looks awesome, man. I love it.
Thanks. Yeah, it's fun to make. I mean, definitely there's all of that. I mean, these pages are all that stuff you were just talking about with the, you know.
Yeah.
Purple and pinks and glows and.
Right. Yeah, like all this. I like this area specifically. I love that right there.
Yeah. If I could just make a comic book that was just that, I would.
Yeah, that looks awesome, man.
It has like I Googled furiously to make sure I wasn't speaking out of turn, but it has kind of like a Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Feel like that's that's one of the things that goes through my mind. It feels very Blade Runnerish, which is such a great. I mean, that's a great piece and like just really great reference.
Definitely.
And so something that I've been saying too. Yeah, like when I draw technology, it's like it's like all of the tech is like it was invented by a movie studio for Blade Runner. That's
Yeah, I can see that.
Yep.
that's everything in this book. Like everything looks really analog and because it's just cooler that way.
It's almost, I mean, going back to that idea of like constraint, if you have technology that can do anything in a comic book or in any kind of storytelling, it seems like it kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
You know, like if you have like a magical computer in your pocket that can alter reality, like that, what kind of a story you're going to build around that? Like you need some type of constraint around your technology to say, okay, you know, this is my limitations. This is what we work in.
Yeah. Like, I mean, the wires, like, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, if a society was really as futuristic as it is in this book, like everything would be wireless, but
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
but drawing wires is fun.
Yeah.
So like, what are those things in between the wires? I don't know.
I don't know. They look awesome.
It's just cool.
It is cool.
And I don't know. I think there's a I don't know. I feel like there's a sentiment out there. You don't draw it just because it looks cool.
I think that's what comic books are for, though. That's
that's
the whole point. That's the point.
Like, yeah, exactly. I think that's what comics are missing nowadays. Everybody's trying to be too realistic for so long that they've lost the fun in comics.
Yeah. Like, I want it to be cool to look at.
Right.
You know?
That's awesome.
Got to show you some love there, Ben. That piece that you put together is
thank
fantastic.
You. Yeah, man.
Thanks. Yeah, I drew that at a convention.
Hey,
that was a lot of fun.
It's friggin' cool, man.
Broke out
excited to get that.
The white ink to splatter.
Yeah, and I mean, you knew what you were doing with that swooshy thing in the background too.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
You knew I was going to put colors on that, and I was going to be excited.
Yeah.
About the swooshy thing.
Yes. You did a great job, man.
So yeah, still filling some stuff out.
Love this image right here.
And I did a little edit of that so that the trading card pack part isn't going vertically, but yeah, I'm slowly going to be rolling out the card reveals for the trading card packs as we go along here. I've got one from actually I could show that on the stream. That would be super fun.
Yeah.
Because Frankie Washington did this Frankie did a card. I can't find what I'm looking for. Yes, so this is it. So yeah.
Nice.
So yeah.
Frankie's awesome.
So Frankie did these so in the story, the main bad guy is kind of a famous bounty hunter, but he's dirty.
Yeah.
But he's kind of built this what's really turning into a race of robots, these robot skeletons. And they like help hunt down bounties and stuff for him and act as his bodyguards and stuff. And so,
nice.
Yeah, they're just like skeleton robots rock and roll out of control. Like,
can you zoom in on that? That's awesome.
So, yeah, I was like, yeah, just draw these guys and just make them crazy. And he nailed it. So that was a lot of fun to color his work. I haven't ever colored any of his stuff before. So
that looks great.
So that's one of our trading cards.
Give us a zoom on that, Nick. See some of that detail.
Yeah.
Some of I was going to say about some of that beautiful bean footage, but talk about being a boomer. Here we are.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Love that background. Just explodes.
Literally.
Yeah, he goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes all out. This like this thing, like he just like what?
Yeah, what is that? That's awesome.
I'm like this back here, like they're like it's like he pulled this chick right out of the I don't know who did YMCA. I can't remember, but I said rock and roll, and like he took it literally.
The Village People,
and I'm totally cool with that.
Yeah. Is that a blimp floating out there too?
So they're
right.
drones.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, they're drones.
Yeah,
okay.
They are drones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, just super cool. The chains, the Kiss boots.
Yes.
Nice.
We were saying the other night
that I literally wrote the words rock and roll, and like he took it literally, and it was awesome.
That is awesome.
We were saying the other night that Skelterheads would be a great like metal band name. It would also be a great biker gang name. You could like see that like stitched into some leather vests.
Yeah, you should make a patch, Nick.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I could through my job. We'll see how we fund.
Yeah.
I mean, I can get patches through my job pretty.
Patches or even a sticker, just a simple sticker.
It's true.
Cool.
Definitely should be a sticker.
If you hit
definitely do a sticker. I'm going to share again here because I didn't.
If you hit a $250,000 on the campaign, Nick, I'll quit my job and start a biker gang called the Skelterheads.
And you'll just ride around and promote Samurex
as a marketing ploy for Samurex.
Awesome. But you gotta wear a mask of
Rex the Bean.
Of Rex the Bean everywhere you go. And it should be like PVC, and you should sweat.
Oh my god, that would be horrible. Absolutely horrible.
So awful.
Ben, I promise.
Some pages here. Obviously, this page is up on the thing.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of double page spreads because I just like double page spreads, and I like coloring this stuff.
Love it. It's beautiful colors, man.
We got a different panel that I'm plugging in here because I wasn't happy, but this is
Oh, see,
it's very, very Blade Runner for sure.
Yeah, I love that little glow that you have right over the cityscape. That is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that stuff.
That ambient light. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
And somewheres, maybe that didn't make it in.
It gives like the illusion of additional depth. It's the idea that like the city doesn't end with that, with what you see there. It just goes on and on and on.
Yeah. So pardon me, sorry. Yeah, so right now there's just like Samurex is just voicing over, and you see these little these are his little drones, Bravo and Flak. I say drones, but I mean they're robots, and they've got like a personality.
Nice.
And so, just kind of a little bit of exposition here. He's like, communicating with them, and they're kind of hunting down the signal to find the bad guy. And these two, like, I'm still working on their dialogue. Like, I want them to be like, Rex, I don't know if you're familiar, but Ben, the two gang members in The Dark Knight Returns? And the banter they have?
Yeah.
Like, I want, like, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like the chicky, like good guy robot birds, if they somehow talk kind of like that. So, like, I'm still working on that.
I couldn't decide if you were going to say, like, the ferrets from Beastmaster or Bebop and Rocksteady from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like, you really could go any direction you want.
But yeah, and I'm just realizing now that, I mean, R2D2 and C3PO, like, you know, the droids that argue.
Yeah.
I guess that was subconsciously in my mind. That literally just occurred to me. But so yeah. And then, you know, just kind of bad guys being bad guys here, talking about good guys that don't know about bad guys. And then Samurex on the hunt.
Yeah. That's an awesome page. I love that.
And yeah, and something else. Yeah. So we're talking about, so the tech is all very, you know, for like Star Wars or Blade Runner from the 1970s, but everything is also very like, it's like a spacefaring society for like 1,000 years. So like everything's built up, but everything's like trash. So like, you know, broken fences and huge mushrooms growing out of the sides of buildings.
The Empire in decline.
Yeah. And then he busts in.
Nice.
Which this page is not the actual page. Some of this. I must not have saved a new image for this yet. This is, but yeah.
You don't know, Ben, but that's actually a portrait of me in the chair with the screens. That's what I look like right now.
That's what I'm picturing now.
That's right.
That's all I can see now.
Perfect.
And also, like in the future, like super, like you gonna smoke cigarettes? I don't know. Probably not. But it's cool. It's not cool. I don't smoke. I don't think you should smoke. But in a comic book, it's a bad guy with a mustache smoking a cigarette. Like,
yeah, I mean, well, in the idea that like certain things would last, or especially vices, you know, like there's something. I think there's something to be said that, you know, people will still have vices far, far, far in the future, and they may be very similar to the ones we have now.
Yeah.
Maybe he's smoking a fungus or something, like one of those mushrooms.
It could be.
Smoking shrooms.
In fact, I mean, I actually put a certain amount of thought into that, like, you know, I don't want it, like, I want it to be like, have a realistic element to it, but this is also like going to be totally like consumable for like a 13-year-old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so like there's no swearing, there's no nudity. I mean, there may be some, you know, appealingly built ladies from time to time, but everything's going to be very, you know, the swear words are going to be made up because I just think that stuff's fun.
Yeah.
So,
well, and you know, kind of challenging the idea that you need that stuff for people to like it. Like, you don't. If something's well drawn and well written,
right,
it'll stand on its own.
Oh, and so I can share something else with you if I haven't shown.
That would be cool.
Saw that page, and you saw the ship.
Oh, nice. That a model of it?
I made a model out of junk from the Dollar Tree. A couple of pill bottles. Like, I had to have a model to draw it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just not good enough to make up a spaceship in my head. And not, you know.
That is awesome, man.
So, and I actually, that other ship.
It's a great idea.
I built one. I don't know if you even recognize, but there's another ship there. I built one for that too. I'm not advertising whiskey, but.
Very nice.
It's just super fun.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I need to paint them, but we've Rex and I have a buddy that does like models and like doesn't like just put models together. Like he like modifies them and like he'll make like race cars that are like local stock cars with like, and they're like rusty and like, I don't know. He does some kind of like wet sanding. I don't know what that means, but
it's awesome though.
I want to get together with him and paint them because he's just like a savant at it. Like it's so cool, the stuff he does. It's all just custom models.
Right.
I actually have one here that he did that's like a Mad Max kind of thing.
Oh, nice.
It's like a Trans Am, like, you know, Smoking the Bandit Trans Am, but it's just super cool. Like, it's like, I don't even know where he got like Like it's got like metal over it, like it's like chicken wire, except it's like I don't know. It's super cool. Anyways,
Sounds
does some
interesting.
cool stuff. I'm just amazed at what people can do.
Yeah.
That especially things I can't do.
Yeah, and that's a great idea. Like create your own little models to draw from. I never would have thought of that. That's really cool.
Yeah, well, I mean that was something that Jason Brubaker, he would do sketches and he hired a guy to make 3D models
Oh,
of
okay.
his stuff from like Cithra.
Yeah.
And so that kind of is what gave me the idea. But then I don't know, I just one day I was compelled to just, I don't know, build a spaceship out of junk. I mean, I guess I had seen like there's some guys on YouTube that do that stuff, and they'll build stuff for like role playing and games and stuff too. And so I had seen some of that. I think that's probably where I got the idea.
Yeah.
There's some guys that, like, let's make a spaceship out of a shampoo bottle. And like some cool stuff on YouTube of people making that stuff, and just blows me away. So
it's something that when I was looking at your model there that you just showed, the second one, and it's something that I noticed when I look at the comic too, like it's a shout out to asymmetry, because like when you think about spaceships, they're always right now, especially ones that you see that are modern, that are actually working spaceships. And then a lot of times, even in like, some type of fiction, it's always symmetrical. But like you make a spaceship that is asymmetrical, I am immediately curious because I want to know how the physics works. How do you make something that compensates for lack of symmetry? Like to me, like that says there's some type of technology there that is either super advanced or super refined to say this is the best shape. I love it.
I got good news for you, Rex. In issue 373 of Samurex, we're going to address that.
All revealed.
Talk about that.
All going to be revealed. You just hold on, buddy.
It'll actually be a spaceship design centric
issue. Yeah.
Yep. Cutaways and everything, right?
Yep. The whole thing.
Actually,
although I might do, I don't know if I'm going to get into this book, but I mean, I want to do like a blueprint of the ship.
Yeah. I was
because
just
that's going to come along more because the ship, Samurex inherits the ship from his mentor. He's avenging his mentor's death, but the ship has been around longer than that. Like the ship itself is one of those deals where it's been part of this bounty hunting clan that Samurex has found himself adopted into, that he's now, with his mentor's death, he's the last one. Mm-hmm. And so like he's continuing the legacy of this bounty hunting clan that lives by a code. But the ship itself was built by the clan in its heyday. So,
and I do love that.
So many places. There's so many little spaces to have just cool things to find out about the universe, and I'm just super excited to explore it. So
think about the first time you ever saw the cutaway of the USS Enterprise from Star Trek The Next Generation. And, I remember you could get posters of it, and it was like this beautiful cutaway. You could see all the places that people were and all the time and the effort that the artist put into like imagining these spaces. I was mesmerized by, and you see him for like the Millennium Falcon and like.
Well, yeah. So you showed your hand there, Rex. Apparently, you're a Star Trek guy, but that's fine. That's okay.
I love them both.
I'm not holding it against you, but I literally, if you want, I have a Star Wars technical journal right here that has the Millennium Falcon cutaway in it.
That's cool.
On a shelf, 2 feet from my camera.
Absolutely.
So I remember when I got that book, and like I just,
you pour over
it. 10 or 11 or something, and mind blown, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
hey, don't worry, Rex. I'm with you, man. I'm a Trekkie as well.
So yes, I started out with Star Trek when I was a kid. My Star Wars story was I got COVID and I never watched the Star Wars movies, and I was in bed for like 24 hours and I watched them all just raw dogged every one of them, and it was fantastic. I walked away completely entranced. It was awesome.
Nice.
No, I'm just busting. I love Star Trek. I mean, I'm a much bigger Star Wars guy than Star Trek, but
yeah,
it's a good choice.
Yeah, I love original Trek.
Yeah, they're both good. They're both good.
Yeah.
So every ship has a name. What's the name of his ship?
Don't ask me that because it might be changing.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I'm not 100% yet. Like, I had a name, and then I wasn't positive. So I can't say that yet.
So is it like
by
more
the time
romantic?
this book hits print, it'll be decided. But
is it more like are you thinking something more like? I mean, you could go like super technical, which nobody likes, or it could go something that's a little bit more formal, like the Millennium Falcon is a formal, like it's a kind of a tough name, or you could go full on like romantic. You got a lot of options.
It would be more like the Millennium Falcon kind of name, but it's also going to be, like it's got to be right. Like that's the biggest challenge. It's got to be right.
I'll call it Steve.
What's that?
I would call it Steve. Just call it Steve.
Steve.
Yeah.
Steve.
All right, Steve.
Yeah. Steve.
Hitting on Steve.
Actually, Sam and Steve go on an adventure.
Man, I don't know, because
Sam and Steve.
I feel like if characters spend a lot of time in their ship, and I don't know, like all of a sudden you got Sam spending a lot of time in Steve, and just a lot going on there.
Space is a lonely place.
Space.
Hey, what bounty hunters do in their spaceship
in
their own time is their own thing.
Their own business.
None of my business.
That's right.
But yeah, I mean, the ship is, like I say, it's going to be this thing built by the clan. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I just gotta just gonna make sure it's right.
Yeah, and I love that little symbol too. Almost kind of looks like a phoenix or something. Is that part of the ship?
Yeah, so that's on the ship. That's like part of the symbol of the clan. It's the Corvus clan, which obviously Corvus, bird, raven, or whatever. But
gotcha.
So, but there's also there's just so much to it. It's all in my brain, and I want to get it out into comics. But there's like these original 12 clans of bounty hunters, and but they're not just bounty hunters. It's essentially kind of like peacekeepers in, they fight monsters, and they're the original Texas Rangers of this universe. You know what I mean? They're the ones doing the dirty work and capturing the bad guys, and yeah, so
Space Rangers. That's cool.
Space Rangers. Yeah, so
I like it.
So yeah, it's a lot of fun. In this issue, Samurex is headed to bring to justice the corrupt bounty hunter that is responsible for his mentor's death, and shenanigans ensue, and he encounters a number of different foes along the way. There's a lot of sword slashing.
Nice.
Because that's fun.
That is fun.
And lots of robots getting smashed because that's fun.
That is fun.
So, yeah. Hopefully people will check it out. Definitely. And yeah, it's like 90% done. My intention is once 30 days campaign is done, I'm planning to send it to print. So it's not anything anyone's going to have to wait a year to get. Not that I'm throwing shade at anybody about that, but I just knew I needed to have a book that was really close to being done before I launched a campaign. Because I didn't want to get caught up in the getting halfway done and being like, but do I want that to be like this and needing to, I know what it is. I'm just pulling the finishing touches together. So
So 34 plus pages of comic story, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, because like I mentioned earlier, like I think I added 2 more pages than I need to pull together. But so I think it's going to be like 36 pages of comic story. There is going to be that prose story in there, and then there's going to be some additional stuff. I'm going to be making, so it's a magazine-sized book, and making it very anthology-ish, like old school heavy metal or 1984, if you're familiar.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very kind of similar to those. It's going to have that feel when you read it. It's going to have advertisements in it, but the advertisements are going to be in Samurex universe.
Nice.
So it'll be more content about this universe that he's in. And then there's probably going to be a puzzle because I actually really like making puzzles. I made an escape room in my house.
Yes, you did.
I've written numerous like murder mystery puzzle games for Rex and a number of our friends.
Very cool.
What I love about those advertisements is like I haven't seen any of them yet, and I'm excited to see them. But like what I like is that even with those, every one of those could be a story. You know, like there's a story. If there's a product that's being advertised, it came from somewhere. Somebody invented it. Somebody built it. Someone does something with it. In it, like it's got these really neat opportunities to kind of offshoot into other places. You know, let's say that Samurex really takes off, and eventually you've got other artists who want to add to the universe. They could pick one of those advertisements and say, like, there's a whole backstory behind this. There's just so many places you could go.
Yeah, and I mean the one is going to be like, I came across some like vintage, like it's like an advertisement for like horror movies, and like I'm like, oh man, if in the Samurex universe, it's like it's VR movies, like you don't go to the movies, you're like in the movie,
right?
So like the advertisement for that.
Nicholas Coltra says, "Yo, what's up? What's up, Nick?
Yeah, what's going on?
What's
up? Coming by, bro." So yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be turning this stuff out all month long. So hopefully people will check it out and come in and check out the campaign. It's gonna be a good time.
You have to do an ad for that mushroom cigarette now.
Yeah,
that's it. Oh, absolutely. That's it. That's it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Ben. I'm not making enough money on this to throw you.
That's a freebie, man. Don't worry.
Creator credit, bro.
Love that.
Yeah. Hey, Nick, thanks for the new sub, man. I appreciate that. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, man. Sweet.
Awesome.
That's super cool. So yeah. So what else? What have we not talked about? What am I missing?
I don't know. What else do you want to tell us about it? What else can you tell us about it?
So, wait, what was that?
I said, what else can you tell us about it?
Oh, what else can I tell you about it?
Because I know you don't want to reveal everything, but
no, I don't want to reveal everything.
Right.
What else
you talk about the package levels, Nick?
Oh yeah. Let's go over your. Let's go over the deals.
Yeah. So so Samurex Digital, just PDF, simple stuff. I'm gonna make some wallpapers. That's of course. I mean, that's mostly for. I know there's a lot of international backers that shipping's crazy or they don't get it, so they want to be able to get a copy. So I wanted to have that. Otherwise, I mean, I might not have even had a digital copy, like, because I just want people to have that physical reading ability. But like I say, I know some of those folks, especially overseas.
Yeah.
And then the base book tier is just, it's got the book. It's going to have that sweet Samurex trading card that Tyler did, and then you'll get a random sticker. They're probably going to have at least 4 or 5 different stickers, so you get a random one of those. And then that next tier, we've got Get the book, you get the trading card pack, and then you get a print. Right now you can choose from the Skelterheads print or a mysterious Samurex print. It's only mysterious because I haven't quite finished it yet. But yeah, so you'll be able to choose from those things.
How many? I have a question. How many cards are going to be in that trading pack?
I think it's going to be 5 with 2 stickers.
Okay.
So, but it's not going to be super fancy in the foil. I wasn't springing that far. I can actually get trading cards for a pretty good price through my day job.
Okay.
So that's one of the reasons I got super excited about doing it. But we're going to they're going to be like hand wrapped. I'm going to print wrappers and hand wrap and stick them.
Gotcha.
So hopefully you like that personal touch. And then I'm hoping to have at least 8 different kinds of cards. So some of them are going to be more rare. So this tier level, obviously, you get get 3 of the card packs. You get the poster. I'm forgetting now, but you get the book. So, and then I'm going to be doing these metal trading cards, and I've actually got the blanks here.
Okay.
But my sister-in-law has a laser engraver, so she's going to laser engrave the black metal side.
Nice.
And then a buddy of mine has a sign shop. He's gonna print essentially stickers or whatever, but to go on the other side. And what I'll do is each one will be, they're gonna do 10 of them, and on the image side, I'm gonna sign and number them 1 through 10, and then we'll put laminate on over top of it. So there'll be 1 to 10 metal trading cards, and I'm gonna put 3 of these randomly in the trading card packs. But then at this Samurex Fanatic level, you can purchase and actually get yourself one of these for sure. Nice.
That is fun.
And I think probably too, and I haven't said this, but I'm probably going to be I'm going to do some sketch cards as well, and they're going to be randomly in those, in those packs, those card packs too. So there's going to be a lot of bonuses in them. It's going to be fun.
Ginger was saying it's like the golden ticket.
Yeah. Got the golden ticket. Except the golden ticket is a metal trading card.
Way cooler.
Cool. Nick says I'm going to share this with a few private chats.
Nice.
Awesome, man.
Thanks, man. I love this guy.
Yeah. You're up, Nick.
I'm following you on Twitter or something. I'm going to find you. So then at that next level, I'm gonna do 10 sketch covers as well. So the Zealot level, you get a sketch cover by me, and then you get all that other stuff. Although I shouldn't have a picture of the metal trading card there, but I should fix that.
That should be one of your sketch cards. Just that stick figure.
It should, right? Yeah, so that's just a couple of those things that when I was throwing the campaign together, like I say, I could have had a better image there. I'm gonna replace that image here shortly, but I didn't want to hold off launching just because of a couple of those little things. So
right. All right. Super fan pack. What's this about?
Super fan pack. So if you ever wanted to be drawn in a book, but you also wanted to be like a character in the Mos Eisley Cantina, this is the pack for you. So you get all the things, and then you get yourself drawn in the book, and you'll also be credited and thanked in the book, so people will know when they read the book that it's you. So
that's an issue 2, right? You drawn an issue 2?
No.
Or is that issue 1?
No, in this one. Of actual people,
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
So I'm just going to draw a person as, or if they just want to be a person. But I'll work up if you want to look like a bounty hunter, you want to look like whatever,
you imagine a random guy in like a Sox jersey? Just
You know what? Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Just
if you're
chill in the
paying
background.
if you're paying $250 and you want to be in
Yeah.
a Sox jersey, by golly, you
Yeah.
can be in a Sox jersey.
Anything but a Philadelphia Eagles or a Cowboys jersey. And we're good.
Hey, I'm Dallas Cowboys fan over here.
Oh man, what
I'm
is
from
up with you,
Texas.
Ben? You like Star Trek? You like the Cowboys?
I'm from Texas, man. Come on.
Making it rough on me, bud. I'm a Giants fan,
Like,
so
friendship over.
That's it. I'm out of here.
And that is obviously all jesting aside. Ben, you've become one of my favorite buddies that I've made through this,
Awesome.
indie process. So
Cool.
so cool to connect with you, and that art you did is just so cool.
Yeah, man.
Super stoked.
I had a lot of fun doing that. Nicholas says, "How them boys?"
Dang it, Nicholas.
Oh man.
Uh-oh.
Why you got to do this to me?
You're awesome, Nick. You're my new best friend.
New best friend.
Hashtag Des caught it. That's right.
You
did
my
catch
God.
it. That Packers game.
My team wasn't in that game, so
We got robbed, Nick. We got robbed.
yeah.
No, dude, I really appreciate your friendship as well, man. It's been great to know you and see your artwork.
Yeah, so definitely, maybe we can collab again in the near future. That'd be super cool.
Definitely.
And thanks for having us on the show. Really appreciate it. I don't know if I did I officially introduce Rex. Rex is my, Rex is my plus one. He's, helping me build the stuff behind the scenes. We're building a Discord that's gonna be it's gonna be really cool as we go along. And yeah, he's also definitely doing some editing and feedback and stuff on the book and the whole deal. So
helping out wherever I can.
Many thanks for being here, Rex.
Rex, thanks for joining us, man. It's good to have a fellow Trekkie, on the stream. So,
man of many interests.
There you go.
Being of many interests, I should say.
There you go. It's been great having you guys. I really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, thank you for having
Anytime, definitely. This was great. I love talking shop, and we should do this again, and I get to pick your brain about all your projects. So you're starting to be really very prolific, are you not? Like you're getting stuff done.
Always working on stuff. I'm just constantly busy. Nick says Tulsa comic book swap Halloween comics only Sunday, October 29th, 10 to 5 p.m. for your area at the Glenpool Conference Center. 19 comic book vendors plus Pippi Longstocking artist free giveaways and $3 admission.
Nice. Where's Glenpool Conference Center in Tulsa? I'm pretty familiar with that city.
So it's gonna be a little south of Tulsa.
Okay, so like Broken Arrow-ish?
Yeah, it'll be southwest. Okay. So Broken Arrow is southeast, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Rex might be faceless, but he gets around the place.
I,
on the other hand, do not leave the house. So
that's my goal too. I try not to leave the house, but work.
That's right.
Yeah, so I've been lucky with that. Sometimes I go into the office for meetings, but COVID happened and they said go home and work, and then I just never went back.
Yeah, COVID was good to me that way as well. I mean, that was nice.
Yeah, I'm the literal opposite. I was the guy that was like climbing the walls.
Yeah.
You must not be an artist, Rex.
No, I'm not. That's part of what makes things work so well with Nick and I. Like, I don't have any I have creative support, not creative input.
There you go.
And so it works well. But yeah, this is I'm not that. I don't have that makeup. So
we all have our strengths and weaknesses. It's all right. Good.
Perfect.
Well, awesome,
you guys both have really great radio voices. I know Rex has run a podcast in the past, but Ben, you've got a nice, smooth
radio
voice yourself. So.
I hate my voice.
Really?
Yes, I do.
I think everyone does. Like when I hear mine, I'm like, ugh. I sound like a particular celebrity that I'm not going to tell you because then you'll think of it and it'll change the view of the guy in the chair.
Now I'm
But
wondering.
yeah, it's definitely people have said it and I don't like it. But yeah, I mean, I think that's just how it is. Like I hear great voices and people will be like, yeah, I hate my voice. Like, why? You have a great voice.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, another tangent on my part.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, thanks for having us. And yeah, we'll talk soon. Have a good one.
Definitely. And Nick and anybody else out there that was watching, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching this. Check out this campaign. Nick, how many days is this going for?
I'm set for 30. So
30? Okay. There we go. Yeah, so we got 29 days left. Awesome. Thanks everybody for watching. Nick, Rex, thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Bye, everybody.
See you later.
there's